की मुसीबतों को पार कर चलो, पार कर चलो।
मंजिल के मुसाफिर तुझे क्या राह की फिक्र,
मंजिल के मुसाफिर तुझे क्या राह की फिक्र।
चट्टान पे तूफान के झांकों का क्या असर,
चट्टान पे तूफान के झांकों का क्या असर।
Namaste. Today's Utsav Bouddhik is by Shri Praveen Ji. Praveen Ji has been with Sangha for past 35 years. By profession, he is an engineer. He lives in Sunnyvale, and he is our Sambhat Bouddhik Pramukh for today. And from Bharat, he belongs to Haryana, district Fatehpur. Dhanyawad.
पूजनीय भगवान उपस्थित बंधु तथा भगिनी, Giji. Today we are celebrating our Varsha Pratipada Utsav, that is our new year. I was watching all the skits. There was lot of information about our history was covered there. Lot of useful information which even I didn't know before I sat and watched most of it. Rest of the things were covered in trivia. So now Bouddhik itself was thinking what to take. Most of the things you have covered. Now I have to cover something which you don't know, and that makes my job difficult. But I have to take my time and try to cover whatever I have prepared, irrespective of whatever they do. So we belong to a rich heritage, that's for sure. Generally speaking said, there is a saying that the culture which don't remember or don't learn from their history in the present will become history in the future. And that's so true. There has been many of the cultures which were there in the olden times. Egypt was one of those. It's just left in the museums now. There is nobody to carry it forward. We belong to the heritage that culture has flown, like it has been there for ages, and it's still continuing. We are still recalling from our history and taking it forward. If you look at the calendar system, which is nowadays being followed, which is after Christ era, that calendar system itself is not that scientific, because we are in a region where like Bay Area is kind of belong, the people which are here, they kind of are considered as most rich in science. So there will be an assignment for you guys. I'll not tell most of the things about it. I'll just give some pointers that how scientific it is. Actually, we generally, whatever we consider nowadays, that has to be like first we have to measure it on the scale of how scientific it is. But we never ourselves thought of that, okay, what calendar system we are following or what is there scientific about. One thing is very true about this calendar system, that it's scientific from the aspect of how the earth moves around the sun, actually, how it rotates. So within 1 year, it completes one rotation for sure. And that's why it's called the solar calendar. What Bharat uses for its all calculations, Mahurats and those things, that's based on lunar movements, and it's called lunar calendar. So this solar calendar which we are following right now, actually there were many changes done to it. If you look at the calendar, what is the 11th or 9th month called? It's called as September. And Septa is not really 9 for sure. It's 7, right? Similarly, 10th is called October, which is 8th month actually. If you cover with October is 8. And Deka is 10, which is December. Actually, November is 9th month. So there were some adjustment done to this calendar even, if you look at this. Even the name itself is like so confusing, but we never thought about it. So, this 6th, 7th and 8th month, there was a Caesar named as Julius Caesar, right? Everybody knows about it. So this 7th month was added by the Julius Caesar itself. That's why it's called July. Then after that, there was a Caesar called Augustine. And he added his month, which became which became 8th month later on, and it's called August. So all others like months were taken forward and still their names were kept. do you know that the New Year day was not 1st January before 1532 actually. It was 25th of March actually. It was the New Year day till 1532. In 1532, there was a pope called Gregorius or Gregorian, I think his name was. That's why this calendar was named as Gregorian calendar, because he did the last improvements in that. After that, there were some improvements, but they are small enough. So earlier, the calendar was for 360 days, and so the most important, most significant changes which this Gregorian got was, so he added one day to like that to February. That leap year concept came that time. Before that, it was not there. So those days were short. Every 4 years, the one day is added to adjust the calendar. One of the biggest change that time that happened, that calendar, if you calculate it with the rotation of sun, so it lost 11 days itself actually. So the sun used to complete, like the earth used to complete the rotation after 11 days actually. So 5th October in 1532 was declared as 11th October, 5th October was declared as 16th October actually on that day. So because it lost 11 days. And the most recent addition was like of some seconds. It was done on 31st December 2016. There was a news actually. So they call it as leap second. So the calendar was missing 1 second from the total calculation. If you think of revolution of Earth, like the sun rotates around the sun. So that was in 72 also there were some seconds added. So this keeps on changing. So rest is up to you to study that how scientific it is. So I gave some pointers. If you compare our calendar system, which is followed by masses, so there are multiple dimensions to that. So there is an Aditya calendar also, which is there. So even back in, like if you consider like thousands of years back, so there were calculations as big as 4 billion, like the biggest year, which like the biggest unit which was there was 4 billion 32 million years. It was Kalp actually. Even if you consider that thousands of years back, today we can think of that because of the computers and those things. But if you think of that ages thousands of years back, so assuming 4 billion itself is like a huge thing. And the smallest unit was Pratikalp. Not Pratikalp. Pal, Prativipal. So Prativipal, so Pal, Vipal and Prativipal was the shortest with a, like how small we can go. So it was like 1 second divided by 33,750. So that was so small, we could have gone. So our heritage is such rich. Even like we watch the kings, even scientifically, we have many rishis. Earlier rishis were considered as scientists, but we don't recall them. So they were so simple, and so many of the times we hear this talk, once a discovery is made. So if you ask somebody that how you made the discovery, so he used to say that, oh, some God came to my dream and he told me that this is that and this is the discovery. So can you think this can happen? So they were so simple. They don't want to take the name for them. That was the whole reason that they kind of give it to that, okay, it came to my thought. But they used to be really scientists that time. If you watch the skit, there was a name of, like, the whole theme was, I think, from the 6 golden epochs, which is composed by Savarkarji. There are various golden eras in India. Still, foreign invaders came and they kind of ruled us, then we overthrown them. So it's kind of the complete story. We keep fighting back, the rulers came. Why do they came? That's it. we should think about it. Why do they came here? In one of the skit, it was shown that in Nagar kingdom, which was that gold was sold on the streets. So that tells us that how rich we were and why the foreign invaders came all the time. To get rid of these foreign invaders, various kingdoms, various warriors fought at various times. One of them, like, there are two calendar systems in Bharat we generally follow. One is Shalivahana Samvat and Vikram Samvat. Vikramaditya was known for his great valor. And the other thing, he was known for his justice. So that the kingdom was, so there are many stories. So it was famous for his justice. If you read books of Chanda Mama or there was a serial also, Singhasan Bhattisi or Vikram or Vetal, actually there were many serials on that. So those are all depicting like how the justice was made by Vikram Vetal. How was he? He was not attached to anything when he used to make justice. So he was impartial all the time. That's why his name is always being called for the justice. Another thing which was Shalivahana. Shalivahana was raised by a potter actually. And when he was raised, he used to make small kings, warriors, horses and various weaponries with this clay. And he was such a beautiful artist that people used to say that his murtis, whatever he made, were speaking life of it. Like they were like literally like real. Later on, when he fought with his, so he took the whole society and what skill he has at the when he was a child. So it was being said he used to that all the society became like Mrit itself. So he used to give that pran, like he used to give to his murtis. That's how he revived the society and was able to fight with all the rulers which were ruling that time and was able to get rid of all the foreign rules. That's why the era was named after him. Moving forward, there were many kings. They fought. Now if you come to this jargon of society, that how society always it sleeps. Whenever it flourishes, it sleeps. And there are people required to wake up the society. If you come to the modern times when Britishers were there, Dr. Ji was mentioned in that today is the birthday of, not today actually, it's the Varsha Pratipada day, which is the birthday of Dr. Ji. Dr. Ji started Sangha and he was such a simple guy that when he was made Sarsangha Chalak, so he himself mentioned to all of them that we have formed Sangha for a reason, to awaken the society, to unite the society, to organize the society. If I forget that dharma itself, then all of the people who are there in Sangha are free to remove him and find a suitable person to replace him. Because the whole reason of forming Sangha is not to be Vyaktinist and Dhyanist. Our Dhya is to awaken the society. And that should not be forgotten. We should never forget that. And that's the reason. If you now look at the where we are today. So what is our duty there? So we are the corpse bearers of such a rich heritage. And Dr. Ji has given us a mark itself that we should awaken the society. I started my Bouddhik with that if we don't learn from our history, then we will become history one day, for sure. So for that to happen, all the society has to be awakened. We have to go all of them, and we have to be vibrant enough so that we can revive all these people and we can take the Bharat to the next step. So that was a message from Dr. Ji. If you look at his Balyagal, he was a true patriot. Once in his school, when he was small, so there was a function in which a prasad or like a sweets were distributed, and he asked his teacher that why these sweets being distributed. So the teacher said that it's for the Queen Victoria's birthday or for that time. So he threw up those sweets. Think of that balak itself when he was so small. Still, he was able to remember that our country is more important than all these rulers which are ruling this nation, and he was able to give up that. So Dr. Ji has shown us that path from his childhood, that we should learn from that. That even kids can think of how we can think of a nation, that how we can take the nation forward. So that is the sandesh from the Dr. Ji, and today we have to carry that forward. So we have to be vibrant. So there was so much of vibrancy in the skits today. So we should learn from that, and we should carry this message to all the masses, and we should take them along. Doesn't matter which part of the society, which part of linguistic group they are, and we should take our heritage and our nation forward. Thank you very much.